Okay, welcome back to Final Easter Egg. So
Please like and
today I want to talk
subscribe,
about
and please
Dormammu
let me
from
know
Doctor
in the
Strange for a
comments if
second.
you like me to make a
In the
video on
movie,
any of the
in the
superheroes
comic
that you guys
universe,
would
I
like
guess,
me to do. That would really help.
Dormammu
And
is not
if you leave me a
a
comment,
god
I
or
promise
titan or
I will get
anything.
back to you on that as soon as I can.
Um,
Thank you guys
actually,
for watching.
he was exiled into the dark dimension along with his sister, and at some point he started gathering power and with his sisters. So, and one day he turned on his sister, and so with all that power, he's just because basically he just feeds off of the energy of dimensions, kind of like I guess this is like a trait that Galactus has, where he needs to feed off planets. So it's the same way with Dormammu. At some point, he started getting people to find energy in different dimensions. Again, same thing with Galactus. He had like heralds in a way, and so he starts looking for ways for different sources of energy, and he's not strong enough to actually come into our dimension. So after his defeat with Strange and the Ancient One, as we saw at the end of Doctor Strange, he starts to take away power from other sorcerers like Pangborn, and I'm pretty sure he'll go after some other ones. Um, and I want to point out that his name is Baron Mordo, and that he actually does own a piece of land in Pennsylvania, so he is royalty. And if you go back to the movie, he was telling the Ancient One that he defeated his demons, so there could be something back there that could come into the Marvel Universe. And also, at some point, I guess he went back to the Dark Dimension and joined forces with Dormammu. And at this point, it becomes really interesting because he actually does start recruiting some people. Most of the people he starts recruiting is Carnage, Venom, and there are some minor ones. They're not big names like Carnage or Venom. Carnage actually was because Dormammu needs energy to get out of the dark dimension. He doesn't have enough energy on his own to actually leave the dark dimension. So he gives Carnage the ability to absorb human energy. And I guess in that case, it means like our souls and stuff. And Carnage might actually be having some problems with Venom because at some point I think Venom just wants to start doing good for himself and get away from all these horrible things he's doing. So, and I'm pretty sure Carnage does have some daddy issues with Venom. And actually, one of the interesting things is they actually had to break into Stark Enterprises to steal a device that would let Dormammu into this dimension. And that is a possible link to Dormammu being in the Avengers universe, along with Doctor Strange and all the other uh, cool guys from Doctor Strange. On one occasion, Dormammu brainwashed Mary Jane Watson into breaking into the Sanctum Sanctorum to steal the wand that we see Wong wielding in the Doctor Strange movie, and thankfully Doctor Strange actually showed actually it was Doctor Strange and Spider-Man who had to go in there and bring her back. Unfortunately, the wand went missing in the Dark Dimension. It was actually Spider-Man who had to go into the Dark Dimension and retrieve it. I also want to say with the upcoming Spider-Man movie, so Marvel says that this year that they're going to bring back Carnage and Venom. That's really exciting. And one of the reasons could be because of Dormammu. Like, I don't know, maybe they could be making another Doctor Strange movie in like 2 years or so. That would give them enough time, like maybe 2-3 years. So probably a couple years. That would give them enough time to build up the Spider-Man storyline and see how that goes. And Spider-Man and Doctor Strange know each other pretty well. Cause like it's Dormammu who brought Venom and Carnage to bring him life some kind of energy to help him get out of the Dark Dimension. And yeah, so Spider-Man definitely needed Doctor Strange's help with that. So that could be the reason why they're bringing Venom and Carnage into the Spider-Man movie. I don't know if they're both going to be in there, but one of them's going to be in there.